Good morning, good morning. I had an interesting morning, to say the least. For some reason, my phone really struggles working here in general. And so if I don't have reception, I don't know where to go. And so I genuinely thought I kind of had it down. I was really kind of proud of myself. I was tooting my own horn before I should have tooted it. And I headed out this morning. I had no reception, and I could not get a map to pull up to get to a Starbucks or the school or anything. And so I was like, I think if I just go my exact normal path, I will go get to my Starbucks. I know that like you have to do the craziest loop on the highway and then you head again. Well, I kept driving and driving. I was like, this shit does not look familiar at all. So I finally had to pull over. This is the third time I've had to do this and my things. Today did not rattle me at all. First day, a little stressful. And at one point I had a little bit of like, this isn't fun. I think by the third time now I'm kind of like, whatever. So I just pull over and ask a guy at the gas station and smile and say like, can I have your Wi-Fi? My navigation isn't working. And so they are very nice, always, and help me, and so then help me get at my navigation, and then it usually will stay. So it's a pain in the ass. But the long and short of the reason I was saying that is that I've gone a totally different way through town, and I think I've shown you quite the shitty parts, and I've shown you some of the pretty parts. But it is interesting. I spent the afternoon with a gal who was originally from Bulgaria, and she actually now lives in Canada. And I loved her response. It was always, we'd be talking about Mexico, and I said, I just think that a lot of times people think Mexico is this beautiful country, and it's because they simply have just only been to resorts. Like they've never gone outside and lived in Mexico. And I don't know how she said it. It was like, well, of course, darling, nothing of Mexico is beautiful. Like it was just this cute way she said it. And I mean, of course, there are parts, but Mexico is not a beautiful country in general. I'm sure a lot of its population, the temperature has to deal with a lot of it, the smog, and there's just a lot of dynamics. But I wanted to give you kind of a little bit of a true picture of parts of Mexico and different things and some of the history and whatever. Now, I just really want to make sure that I make this very clear. I'm not talking shit on Mexico at all, because if I could find a place that had a temperature that I could survive year round when I, am done and whatever, I would probably love to live in Mexico. So I'm just searching it each out, town by town or area by area, but I hope you get what I'm saying. So, but as I was driving through town, I came across this, and I'm guessing it's an old amphitheater. And so you can see lots of times there's the architecture and the design. Look, I'm pointing at my screen. I can't do it in here. I can't, but like that. You'll see lots of this style of design, representative of the Yucatan and the Mayan people and different things. And so as I was shooting through, I was like, oh, this is a perfect place that I could get out and record some. But Chris Cooley, you have been proud of me, man. I made it almost halfway. And I think if I hadn't have had a little bit of a brain fart and then a stress, I probably would have been okay. So I'm going to do a little bit of a couple turns just to show you stuff. I believe across the street, let me see if I can read it. It's a parque in Quintela, so it's a kids park. So I will try to maybe splice in a video at the end and shoot the other direction so you can see a little bit in better detail. And then this is a very pretty intersection. I'm not sure what it is. Calle. Okay. Their streets I don't know if I've said this before, but their streets do not go in order, which is the strangest shit to me. But I don't know if you can see this little, must be like a little selfie thing. I don't know what that is. I don't think I'm too far from, it says Jose I don't think it's the Jose Mart. Is it a biblioteca? Oh, it's a biblioteca. So, library. Library, bookstore. Library. Somebody's gonna correct me. It's one of the two. It's got libros. Biblioteca tiene libros. And then behind me, this is beautiful. Let's see, but it's a beautiful waterfall. I'll try to take some pictures and post them. So everything is good. I went to a market that everybody had recommended yesterday, the Luis Galvez Mercado, and it is not the market for me, and it was definitely not the market for my little friend Lena. I think it's almost cool this morning. I think it rained last night. Maybe, I'm not sure, but I would say it's on the brisk side. It is one, it's a typical food market. I really enjoy a mercado that has like artisans, like things that people have made and the different creations and jewelry and things like that. And so, but not the chicken feet kind of markets. And there's a market in Thailand that Yasiel and I have been sending things back, and they cook animals that I don't even want to mention on here. Like, it's that stuff. I don't enjoy those kind of things, so that's just not my cup of tea. But if you've painted or carved or created something or whatever, I most certainly would like to go see it. So, oh boy, this is some good people watching around here. But I am headed off to my second to last day of school. I'm enjoying it very much. I think I have found, Shannon found another school in Cincinnati that I could do on a weekly basis to kind of keep up, so I'm not, digressing at all until I can kind of figure out what I want to do next to work on it and such. So, I don't know. I'm excited. I've enjoyed it. It has definitely been a personal challenge for me, but I don't always like a challenge. But sometimes I do like a good challenge, and this one has been good for me. It's been good for my soul. So, all right, hasta luego.